Are you hoping to upgrade to a bigger property yet you are concerned about the higher mortgage installments? Hi guys, this is Celestine. Welcome to another episode. Lately, a client of mine was facing such a dilemma when selling their property, and I see that this is one of the common issues faced by sellers. So, if you are currently selling or are thinking of selling your property, listen on. Recently, I met up with this couple who has lived comfortably in their 5-room HDB BTO flat for slightly more than 5 years and is now considering to sell it to upgrade their property. They are a small family of 3 with a helper, and they consulted me to do a detailed financial calculation to understand their current status and to know what are the options feasible for them. They would like the option of purchasing another smaller property in future for investment. So this property intended for their stay would solely be purchased under the husband's name. Let's call him John. Being in a rather central and prime location, their 5-room HDB could potentially fetch around $1.05 million, which will give them a good amount of profit to launch them into their property upgrading journey. Also, after taking into consideration John's age and income, he would be able to purchase a property of up to $2.2 million. Taking out a 75% loan of $1.65 million at 38 years old, his mortgage installment would be $7,437 at 3% interest rate stretched across 27 years. He was a little concerned that the higher installment might add to their financial stress and sought my opinions on changing to a bigger HDB instead, like an executive maisonette. He thought that might be a better deal since he would get a bigger space at a lower price. Do you identify with his concerns and are also fearful of a bigger financial obligation? Is changing to another HDB really a more sensible choice? At this point, it is important to note that HDB resale prices are currently at an all-time high, and with HDB being at the mercy of changes in government policies and regulations, it is very risky to buy into a resale HDB now. They might be able to earn a good profit from their current HDB, but putting their proceeds into another older resale HDB would erode their profits. Why? Because as a HDB ages, its price will gradually decline due to restrictions in CPF usage and loan. Let's analyze a couple of things that could happen after John buys the executive maisonette. Number 1, he will hold on to the HDB and continue staying there forever, with little hopes of getting another property for investment. Number 2, after their child grows up and moves out, both of them will right-size to a smaller HDB and cash out for their retirement. By that time, the price will likely be lower than what they pay for today. Since both of them are able and employed now, I advise them that upgrading to a bigger property will be a form of forced savings for them, which provides them the option to cash out during their retirement. On top of that, I propose 2 methods to help reduce their stress. Firstly, both of them could consider to purchase the property under both names instead, in order to utilize both their monthly CPF contributions, which will be around $2,800. Each of them could fork out $2,000 from their incomes, treating it as a form of monthly forced savings. Under this arrangement, they would also have reserved funds from the sale of their HDB, which could be used to service the rest of the installments for at least 15 years. And secondly, they could refinance their loan and extend their loan tenure from 27 to 32 years, which will lower their monthly repayments. Even if the interest rate stays constant at 3%, their installment will be lowered from $7,437 to $6,689. It is worthy to bear in mind that the Fed would potentially cut interest rates, which would lower the installments further. Prior to execution, careful planning and calculations is needed to ensure that they do not overstretch their finances. In fact, their numbers show that the upgrading can be less stressful than what they have initially anticipated. Today, if they had chosen to purchase the condo, after 27 years, they would have fully paid up the $2.2 million house and could cash out from this pot of savings anytime. Whereas if they had bought the EM, they would be left with a pot of only $1 million or less to last for their retirement years. Even without the condo appreciating in price, they would have saved at least $1.2 million more in their condo pot, which will give them a much more comfortable retirement. It is possible that they could own the EM while saving up their retirement funds, but in reality, it is actually not easy to save up $1.2 million. Pushing themselves a little out of their comfort zones during their youthful years and forcing themselves to save into the property every month is a way to ensure that their wealth grows in a safe manner. At the end of our discussion, the careful planning has put both their minds at ease in this whole upgrading process, and they found the courage to commit to the upgrading plan going forward. Often the fear and resistance in clients to move forward in this journey is due to the lack of clarity in their financial situations and what they can purchase into. And various obstacles like high interest rates and mortgage installments can be daunting, but in fact could be managed and mitigated. If this is what you are experiencing and you are open to gaining a better understanding of your position and the possibilities, feel free to contact me at my number or socials. I hope to help you to overcome your concerns. So see you soon. Bye.